Good morning, students. My name is Manoj Sharma. Today I will start the new chapter Combustion and Flame. You must have observed burning of paper, wood, coal, LPG, and even plastic. When substances burn, they give out heat and light. Do all materials burn? Do they all burn in the same way? We will learn more about how substances burn in this chapter. So first, any chemical process in which a substance reacts with oxygen to produce heat is called combustion. Any substance which show combustion is called a combustible substance, or it is also called a fuel. Sometimes light is also produced during combustion, either in the form of flame or as a glow. Air is necessary for combustion. So substances which burn in air to produce heat and light are called combustible substances. For example, wood, coal, charcoal, kerosene, petrol, diesel, liquefied petroleum gas or LPG, compressed natural gas or CNG. So these all you can see. What the conditions are necessary for combustion? The conditions which are very much necessary for combustion are: first, fuel itself; second, air or oxygen; third, heat, or you can say ignition temperature. A substance will not burn without one or more of these conditions. We know that air is necessary for burner. So for that we will take a lighted candle on a table. Then we will keep a glass chimney over the table and rest it on a few wooden blocks in such a way that no air can enter the chimney. So we have three cases. In the first cases, this chimney is kept over the block. In the second case, the chimney is kept without block. In the third case, chimney is kept over the candle, and on the top side also we have covered it. So the candle burn freely in A because air enters from below. In the case B, the candle stop burning in B because air does not enter the chimney from below, and candle does not burn in C because air is not available. This shows that air is necessary, air is available only in the A case. So this shows that air is necessary for burning. Now ignition temperature. The minimum temperature at which substance catches fire and burn is called ignition temperature. A substance will not catch fire if its temperature is lower than ignition temperature. Suppose any substance whose ignition temperature is 70 degrees Celsius, then we have to give the heat equal to 70 degrees Celsius temperature, then only substance will burn, otherwise substance will not burn. Different substances have different ignition temperature. Ignition temperature of kerosene is less than ignition temperature of wood, and the substance which have very low ignition temperature, that substance will easily burn, easily catch fire with a flame, are called inflammable substance. For example, petrol, alcohol, LPG, CNG. How do we control fire? If we want to control fire, we have to see the necessary condition required for producing fire: fuel, air, ignition temperature. So out of them we have to control or remove any one or more than one. A fire extinguisher which is in red cylinder cuts off the supply of air or lower down the temperature of the fuel or both and control the fire. This red color cylinder or a dry powder extinguisher contains sodium bicarbonate NaHCO3 which smoother a fire. A soda acid extinguisher contains sodium carbonate Na2CO3 and a flask of acid H2SO4. If the flask is broken, a chemical reaction releases a stream of frothy water. It is important to use the right kind of fire extinguisher when tackling a fire. So you can see that this red color cylinder has a one is sodium bicarbonate NaHCO3 plus H2SO4. When we remove the pin, these both the chemicals will combine together, and after combining they will produce Na2SO4, which will remain in the cylinder, H2O and CO2. CO2 will come out as a froth, white color or cotton type froth, which will surround the burning substance, and the burning substance will not burn, because the supply of air is cut by the carbon dioxide gas which is released from the cylinder. Method of controlling fire by using water. We know that water is the most common agent used to extinguish fire. It can be used only when material like wood, paper are on fire. Water cannot be used if there is a fire in the electrical equipment, because water is a good conductor of electricity and it can harm those people who are trying to put out the fire. So water cannot be used to put out oil and petrol fire, because it will float on water and continue to burn. By using carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is used to put out fire caused by inflammable material like oil and petrol and electrical equipment. It is heavier than air and it can cover the fire and cut off the oxygen supply and put out the fire. Carbon dioxide is stored at a high pressure as a liquid in cylinder. Chemical like sodium bicarbonate, potassium bicarbonate produce carbon dioxide near the fire. So this is all about how we can remove the fire, how we can stop the fire. Now next is flame. What is flame? When we burn any combustible substance, then a light portion is produced, that is called flame. So flame is the zone of combustion of a combustible substance. The substance which vaporize during burning produce flames, example kerosene, wax, and which the substance which do not vaporize during burning do not produce flame, like coal, charcoal, etc. Now structure of a candle flame. Structure of a candle flame. So you can see there is a three part. One is the outer part, that is invisible, non-luminous, where complete combustion will take place. Middle zone, which you can see, it's a yellow in color, and the inner dark zone, black zone. So the outer zone has a hottest part, inner zone as a least hot, and the middle zone, yellow, it's a moderately hot. So the temperature of outer zone is highest, temperature of inner zone is minimum, and the middle zone is moderate. So outer zone is a structure of the candle flame. It has three main zones: outer, middle and inner. In the outer zone, complete combustion of fuel take place, that's why color is blue. It's a hottest part because the complete combustion take place, lot of heat produced. It's a non-luminous part. Middle zone, the color of flame is yellow. The color of the flame is yellow because the wax vapors do not burn completely, as the supply of oxygen is inadequate. Carbon particles produced because of incomplete combustion glow, giving this zone it's a bright yellow color. The flame leaves black soot on an object placed in this zone. So if we keep anything into the flame and that on that substance, if some dark particle, that particles of soot which produce due to incomplete combustion, so that is because of soot particle present in the middle zone. Then inner zone, there are unburned vapors of the fuel and the color is black. It is the innermost zone. So the wax vapor do not come in contact with oxygen, so they do not burn, they will remain as same. The black zone is small region at the, so this is in the inner zone, the color was dark black, and there is a black zone at the base of the wick. So carbon dioxide produced in the inner zone due to incomplete combustion burn with the blue color. Now there are type of fuel. There are three main types. They are solid, example wood, coal, charcoal. Liquid, example kerosene, petrol, diesel. Gaseous fuel, example CNG, LPG, biogas, hydrogen gas. You can see the pictures are given of solid, liquid and gaseous fuel. Now what is the calorific value? If we burn 1 kilogram substance, then amount of heat produced is called as the calorific value of fuel. So it is expressed in kilojoule per kilogram. So in this screen you have seen that some substance calorific value is given in kilojoule per kilogram. So there are given different cases. So hydrogen is the highest calorific value among all fuels. Now what is the characteristic of a good fuel? It should be easily available, should be cheap, easy to transport and store, burn at a moderate rate. It should not burn with a high speed, it should not burn with a low speed, it should produce a large amount of heat, it should not leave anything undesirable behind, it should not cause pollution. What is the harmful effect on the environment due to burning of fuel? The fuel, when we burn, they will produce the different carbon particle which cause respiratory disease like asthma. Incomplete combustion of fuel release carbon monoxide gas which is very poisonous and which can cause death. Burning of fuel release carbon dioxide gas which cause rise in temperature of the atmosphere, because we know that carbon dioxide is a gas which absorb heat, so it will cause global warming. Because of global warming, melting of polar ice, rise in sea level and flooding of coastal area will take place. Burning of coal and petroleum release oxide of sulfur, SO2, SO3, oxide of nitrogen, NO2, N2O5, N2O3, NO2. So these all oxide when dissolved in rainwater, they will produce acid rain. And this acid rain is harmful for crops, soil and damages buildings. So you can say this was all about the chapter. If anything is left behind, then I will cover in the next video. And question answer also I will just go through in the next chapter. So this was all about the chapter. If any problem we will face or you will face, then you can ask in a doubt class. Thank you.